Welcome to the Encouraging Word, a place for thoughtful conversation, reflective faith, and encouragement for the journey. I'm Pastor Eric. Wherever you're listening from, I'm glad you're here.
Good morning to you, beautiful people. This is Pastor Eric, Associate Pastor at Lyndhurst Baptist Church on the west side of Indianapolis, and the Indiana State Chaplain for Broken Chains JC, and this is the Encouraging Word. We are continuing in our series, Blessed, Learning to Live the Life of the Kingdom. And this week, we have been exploring what it means to live with surrendered strength. We've seen that meekness is not weakness, but strength surrendered to God. We looked at how that strength is brought under His control, and yesterday we talked about trusting rather than grasping. So today we're going to turn to the promise that Jesus gives. Today's devotion is entitled The Inheritance of the Gentle. Our scripture for today comes from Matthew chapter 5, verse 5. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. At first glance, this promise almost feels backwards. The meek will inherit the earth? We might expect the opposite. We tend to believe that the world belongs to the strong, the assertive, those who take hold and don't let go. But Jesus tells a very different story. Not those who seize, but those who trust. Not those who grasp, but those who receive. The language that Jesus uses echoes an older promise from Psalm 37. The meek will inherit the land and enjoy peace and prosperity. This is not about ownership in the way that we usually think of it. It is about participation, belonging, peace, the kind of life that unfolds when we are no longer fighting to secure our place in it. N.T. Wright writes, when God's kingdom comes on earth as in heaven, the meek, those who renounce violence and self-assertion, are the ones who will truly inherit it. It's from his book, Matthew for Everyone. This inheritance is not something we force. It is something we grow into. Because when we release control, when we trust God, when we stop striving to prove ourselves, we begin to experience life differently. We are no longer driven by comparison. We are no longer unsettled by what others have. And we are no longer anxious about securing our future. Instead, we begin to live with a quiet steadiness, a peace that does not depend on the circumstances that we are in, a sense that our lives are held. That is the inheritance. Not domination, but peace. Not control, but belonging. Not striving, but rest. So I want you to think about, what are you chasing? What are you trying to secure? What would it mean for you to inherit rather than achieve? Where might God be inviting you to trust that what you need will be given, not taken? You don't have to force your way into what God has already promised. You can receive it. So please receive this blessing. May you find rest in the life that God is giving, not the life you were trying to secure. May your heart grow steady in trust and free from striving, and may you discover the peace of those who inherit rather than grasp. Grace and peace to you, beautiful people.
Thanks for sharing this time with me. I hope these words have given you space to breathe and something steady to carry with you into the rest of your day. Until next time, grace and peace.